we have discussed about recursion in the last class, and we had discussed about the tail recursion as well, and how to prevent a tail recursion. So by using, we have used something called annotations, Scala data tail recursion annotations we have used to prevent the unwanted errors, right? Any doubts from that area? Any doubts from that area? So today I have seen that couple of people are discussing about the currying and string interpolation as I committed in the last class. We'll be discussing today function currying, as well as we'll be discussing some something about a string interpolation. String interpolation. In detail, we'll be seeing this too. Okay. Once we're done with that, we'll be moving to Scala, object-oriented programming language, Scala OOPS. Right? If you guys find any a screen delay, or if you find any delay in my voice, please let me know. Okay. Since I'm out of station, I'm not in station today. But since I'm trying to connect from out of station. Okay. So what is a function curry? What is a function currying? We'll be seeing today function currying as well as string interpolation. Let's talk about this function currying. Function currying. What is a function curry? Can anyone gone through? Yesterday Vikas was given a nice example and he was referring the Scala document, right? Which is the best source to get the more information about the Scala. So what is a function currying? What is a function curry? Vikas, Bharat.
Hi, Viren.
Hey, hi.
Yeah. So function curring is nothing but it's like a function, but it will wait for some other parameters if the parameters are not available, and whenever it's get the parameter, it will execute the function.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what actually it is doing? What actually it is doing? Actually, so what he is trying to say, when you have a function, okay, before I'll just give you based on the definition is given by because I'll just explain that, then we'll go into see in the detailing. So when you have a function, like with the two parameters, even though if you pass single parameter to this function, still it works, but it will be waiting for a next parameter. Still it will work, it will not throw an exception, still it works, waits for another parameter. So when you pass another parameter to this function, it will start execute that. What it's really doing is, a currying is the process of transforming a function that what you're doing here, you're transforming a function which takes multiple arguments and even if you didn't pass a multiple arguments, you are passing a single argument, it's taking that argument, and it's the result, right? Whatever the result you have passed, that result will be loaded into the another variable, or I can say the value or the variable which you have assigned by using a function. That variable, it will be waiting for the other argument. It will be waiting for the other argument. So what is really what it is doing? Let's look at a simple example. So based on that example, you can easily understand. Let me open. Okay. So before that, we have talked about the higher order functions, right? Higher order functions, right? So I want to take from there. Okay. I want to give an example from the higher order function. So if you understand the higher order function, so it's easy to understand the occurring. So what is a higher order function?
higher order function is a function that will take one more function as a parameters.
Higher order function is
That takes another function as a parameter.
okay. So the higher as a function is a function with that can take a function as a parameter, or it can return a function as a return type, right? Let's look at a simple example here. I'm going to give I'm going to we have already seen in the best examples which takes a function as an argument, right? So let's look at here the which I'm going to write a function which is actually going to return a function. Okay, so I'm defining a function here. Define a function. So I'm going to say it's a concat string or add string. Add string. What it will do, it will actually take argument 1, which is a string type, and it returns a string, right? It returns a string, but it's actually return a function. Actually, it will return a function. How this function works? How this function works? It will take word 1. That word 1 will take another word. It's a function which is returning another function. That that function expects the word 2 or argument 2, which will let me say argument 2 it is. Argument 2, where I want to add these two arguments. I want to add these two arguments. Argument 1, argument 1, where I want to concatenate with argument 1 word 2, arg2. What this is doing here? It takes up an argument. After taking one argument, internally it is returning a string which returns a function, which returns a function, which actually returning another function. So it returning a function, it has its own body. It has its own body, that is the argument 2. It will take argument 2. It will concatenate both the arguments. Let's look at how it works. Okay, let me open my terminal. Let's look at the terminal. Here I'm defining a function add string or concatenate. You can take any name, which takes two arguments. Which takes two arguments. Arg1, which is a return string, with return string. So here, actually, if you want to concatenate two, if you want to concatenate two strings, how we will write? We will write a function very simple way. Def add string add string. You will take argument 1, which is string type, and will take argument 2, which is string type, right? So what we will do, it will return string, and here inside the body, what you will do, argument 1 plus some space plus argument 2. This is what we do, right? But here we are taking a higher order function which takes a single argument, but which that single argument will be, that function will be returning a another function. The function will be returning a another function. Look at here, which returns string, which returns a string, but here it's a return string, but we are returning a function. We're returning a function. String arg2 will take arg1 plus, I want to concatenate these two strings. Arg2. So what it actually is doing? So we are passing one argument. Press enter. Press enter. It takes a string and returns a string. What happened?
It's a little bit wrong. It
No,
says
no, it's correct only. Actually, took little delay. Now, I'm going to call this add string method. I'm going to call add string method with passing a single parameter. Look at here, which returns a function, right? Let's say func1 here, func1, which returns a function. Okay, I'm actually expecting a func from the add string. Add string. What I'll pass here? I'll pass hello world. Let's say first I'll pass hello. So I'll spell hello as H-A-L-L-O instead of spelling hell. I don't like to spell hell. Okay. So I'll call hello. Now look at here. It's actually a lambda expression. Now I
yes.
have sent hello. My function add string is written a function. That return function is then F1. That return function is an F1. Now func1 func1 of I'll pass word. I'll pass word. I'll pass word. Now look at here. Hello world. Now look at here. Hello world. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Your add string has taken your add string has taken single argument which return a function, and that return function also I can call by passing another argument. So it's the it was preserved. It was a whole the previous function result, and it is called both, right? So here I can say func1 is also a function. A function. The func1 also a function, right? Right?
Yes.
This is called
Yes, right.
this is called currying. This is called currying. Okay, it's called currying. But Ravi, you told that the function currying will take two arguments and you pass only one argument, and it preserves that value and you'll pass another argument later. This is also another example of function currying. So let's see if you want to see as a function currying with multiple arguments, with a separate brackets. So look at here, Ravi. Look at here.
Vera, one more thing, Vera.
Yeah,
Vera, one doubt actually.
go ahead.
See, in this screen, right, this def add string method you have done, right?
Yeah.
The syntax, like you have defined, def add string equal to, it will take arg1 as a string parameter
Mhm.
and it will return as a string. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have given that rocket symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you have written string equal to arg2. What is that actually?
So now
Actually, it's a
it is an anonymous function, right? It's a returning anonymous function which is accepting another argument like this. Look at here, like this. It is accepting one more argument.
okay,
The
and it will
equal,
return a string.
yes. So the string is a data type. It's kind of a placeholder now, right?
Placeholder. Okay.
What are the argument you are passing? It is take as an argument too. So now this argument and that argument both are we are concatenating.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So let's
Fine.
define the proper currying. So what we are expecting. So here, let's say arg1, which takes which is a string type, which is a string type. Another one is arg2, string is also string type, which actually returns. It's very simple. It actually returns argument one plus argument two. Argument one
Yes.
plus, we give some space for to display properly. It's kind of formatting like a hello space world. So this is after in single quote I have given space. That's it. Argument one, argument two. That's it. Now it's a function which takes two arguments. But as I told you before, I really no need to pass. I really no need to pass two arguments. Let's look at here. I'm just calling with the I'm just calling with a function single. Okay, let me call with both first, and I'll call with one after one. Okay, to make you easily understand. Hello, and I'll be specifying world, world. Now look at here. This is how we'll call. This is how we'll call the function, right? So this is how normally we'll call the function, right? But here, we will call this same function. We will call the same function differently. Let's look at guys here. Func2, this is one. So I'm calling add string one with single parameter. It's actually supposed to expect, it's expecting two parameters, but I'm passing a single argument. One second, I'm missing underscore here. Underscore. The underscore represents the placeholder. Okay, the underscore represents the placeholder, which means it is expecting another argument. Yeah, this is clearly saying that. Okay. Now look at here. It's the string, it's lambda expression. If you look at the syntax here, the string which I pass, and you look at this syntax here, both are same or not? It takes a string and return the string. It's a string and it's a function, another lambda expression which also takes a string. Now hello have passed to add string one with a single argument. Now my I can say my fun2, the fun2 also a function now. It became a function. Let's look at here. If I pass argument to fun2, if I pass an argument to fun2, it will take. Now to look at here. Hello world. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Others, if you guys have any doubt, please ask me. If you guys have any doubt, please ask me. Any doubts? This is how the function currying, this is how a function transforms, which will take some multiple arguments. You can pass single argument, you can achieve that. Bharat, Deepa, Deepika, others, Praveen,
Veera,
yeah, Sudhir.
in the first line, if you have like a three argument or four argument, so
Mhm.
how will write
Yeah, you
in
can
the
also
first
write
line?
the same. So if you have a three argument, four arguments, again, the what is your transformation? So you're talking about this line, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct. That is a little confusing.
No, here nothing confusion. Which are, see, after here I'm passing single argument, I'm returning a function. So if you are having multiple arguments, what operation you want to do, and after that what, let's say I have passed argument one and argument two there itself, and I have done some operation. That operation I can pass another function, I can return as a function there. Okay, let me explain your doubt. I understand what is your doubt. Let me put in this way. One second, first let me copy this, for our reference. Let me copy this first. This one. We didn't copy that string interpolation. Oh, I think we missed copy the string interpolation. We have done an example of the string interpolation. We missed to copy that. Anyway, I'll try to copy that. Okay, so what is this question is, let me write a simple another example. In this example, I just want to show how it will work with the multiple arguments. So for that, first let me write in a notepad. I'm going to define a function. I do remember I have seen this function somewhere. It is like let me range. So let me take some is in a range or not? Is in range. Is in a range. The given numbers are there in the range or not? Okay. Let's take from which is the int. Okay. Let's take to int, and you have something like a point here. I'm taking here another argument, multiple arguments. In the first set, I'm taking multiple arguments. In the second set, I mean second parenthesis, I'm taking another argument, int. Okay, so here the final result will return something. Here I want to check, is it in a range or not? I want to check, is it in a range or not? If point is greater than or equal to from, if the point is greater than or equal to from, and 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 it's less than or equal to 10, right? Then only I can say it's within the range, right? The given numbers, is there within the range or not, right? So less than or equal to 2. Now since it is a is, I'm just checking whether it is range or not. I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to return anything else. I just want to say whether it's within the range or not. If it is within the range, you say true, else you say false, else false. If you say this, if it is there within the range, you say true. If it is not within the range, you say false. Okay, let me do this. Okay, now the function is defined. Now what I'm going to do here, let's do the range is 0 to 10. The val uh, 0 to 10. I'm just specifying 0 to 10. Then call this function is in range. You can use a tab here. Oh, the spelling is wrong. Okay, anyway, so instead of range I have used that. Now here I'm specifying here 0 comma 10. I'm not passing an x parameter, the point. So I need to say whether it's within the range or not, right? So here I'm giving underscore. Here I'm giving an underscore. It's called currying, right? Now what I'm doing here, I'm giving, so I have given the point, starting point and ending point. So whatever the next number I give, I need to tell that whether that number is there in the range or not. Now I created a function. Now whatever the number I'm going to give, I need to specify whether that is there in the range or not. Let's see here, 0 to 10 of, I'm passing 10. I'm passing 10 here. It's returning a true. Let me pass, it is not in the range. It's false. Let me pass negative number. Sorry, false. Is your doubt is clear, Sudhir? So even though if you have multiple arguments in a single parenthesis, so based on the what operation you are doing inside the method, based on what you are returning here, so based on that you can take care of it. Is this clear?
Yeah, that's clear. I was thinking about that in the one line itself. You wrote like a string, then equal sign, then argument two. So if we will have like a 4 or 5 argument,
Okay.
that I was thinking how to write.
See, that is a
Yeah,
function.
this.
Here it is a single line. Okay. Here you nothing doing. You're not doing any operation inside the yard function, right? You're just returning. You can write the same thing with yeah, you can write the same thing with what you call if you are doing any operation inside the method, you can use like this.
Okay, okay, this
Right?
one understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Any other doubt? Is this clear to everyone? This is called function currying. And yesterday someone was asking this doubt. Who is that person? I didn't remember. I think someone asked. Because who is that? Someone asked this doubt, right?
Kranti or Karthik.
Yeah. He's on the class today to check whether he's understood or not. Okay, fine. I hope everyone is understand about it. Okay, let's move on. String interpolation. Let's move on. String interpolation. What is a string interpolation? So we might have seen in our other languages like C, C++, even Java, we have formatting the strings, right? Formatting the string. So in the Scala also similar kind of we can format the strings. The Scala also we have a similar kind of thing which we can format the given string. So that is called string interpolation. So how we will do that? Let me check with the one second guys. Let me check with the same 'string interpolation'. Okay. So normally if you write a normal string, right? So if you write a normal string, let me declare some variables. Let me explain this. I'm just checking. Yep, tail recursions are there here. One second guys, just give me a minute of time. No, later this document will be shared with everyone. I don't want to miss single point here. Before that, What's the tail recursion, guys? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between the recursion and tail recursion? Let me ask the question by the time I call it. What is the difference between the recursion and tail recursion?
In recursion, we are giving one exit criteria, okay? And there, if you're taking long value, very long value, actually the stack is getting overflow there. To
Mhm.
prevent that, we are going with tail recursion, where we are not filling the stack. We are just making another function, and that will solve the purpose of
No,
various things.
why
That's
it
us.
is giving
Because in the tail recursion in the stack, we are maintaining only two instead of calling one by one after another. We have written the code in such a way that it will call only two things actually.
can anyone tell me another way? Can anyone tell me? That's correct, but still, that's actually not the definition of the tail recursion. Okay, let me put it in simple way. The recursion is a function calling himself is a recursion, right? So when you call a function from himself, what will happen? In this case, look at here. This is normal recursion. This is normal recursion, right? So what is happening here? A function is getting called himself by holding the value, right? It's hold
Value.
the current value and it calls himself. It means what's happening in the stack, one function frame is called what we'll call stack frame. In the first call of the function, it holds the element and it calls another one. It means your frames are keep increasing. Your frames are keep increasing. This is the most important, guys. That's the reason I'm bringing out one more time. Look at this. If what I'm doing here in this case, what I'm doing in this case, oh, fold left also I have explained it. So in this case, what happening? It is currently holding the current value and it's calling a function. It means it is holding the current value and it's waiting for the other function call. It's a keep increasing your stack frames. If it's keep increasing the stack frames, what will happen? After a certain time, the stack will be overflow. After a certain time, the stack will be overflow, right? So instead of that, what tail recursion says that you really no need to hold the current value and wait for the another function in the same frame. Okay, you take the value, you made a fresh new call function, so there is nothing to do with the current call. So I have called a function here. You take some value. You really no need to be in the frame. You really no need to be in the frame to call another function. You come out. Okay, you come out, you step down and you call a function. You call a function. So in this case, what's happening? This frame is cleaning up. In the stack, this case is getting clean up. So you are getting a space. So that's where your another function call will made. So that call also, it will call other function. It will come out. It will come out and it will make a call to another call. So this frame also will be free. So what's happening here? You are not keep maintaining the stack memory. You are not keep holding the stack memory. You are calling a previous another function. You are coming out. You are step down and you are calling another function. So when you step down and call other function, you are really come out from the stack. You are not holding any stack memory. So when you are not holding the stack memory, it's always maintain the less number of frames. So when it maintains the less number of frames, even though you are passing very big value to your recursion, it will not call those many frames. It will call only very few frames. So you are not really getting into the stack overflow exception. That's a tail recursion. That's a tail recursion. The tail recursion is always, you'll not be holding. Look at here, you're calling a function. You're calling a function, but you're not actually holding a value and calling a function. You're not doing that. You're just calling a function. You're coming out from this function, you're making a call to this function. Right? So that is how the if you write like this, it is again you're holding the current value and you're making a call of other function. So you should not do this. this is right way and this is the wrong way in case of very long values, any bigger values. Okay. So Scala has come up with some what you call uh, what you call annotation. That annotation is that annotation is your Scala dot tail recursion. Scala dot tail recursion. Then if anyone tried to do a tail recursion with that annotation, it clearly says that it will not make a call saying that whatever the syntax you are giving is wrong for the tail recursion. You give the proper syntax for the tail recursion. That will explain. That will give you the proper meaningful error. Okay, let's move on to what is that? Or 530. So, yeah. Okay, let's move to string interpolation. Yeah, today I'll share this document, guys. Someone was asking this document for some purpose. I will be sharing this document. Okay, so what is string interpolation? Let's write a normal string. Okay, let's try to do some normal string. I can clear the screen. I don't need. So val str equal to let's say hello world. Let's say hello world. No, it's just a string. It's a plain string. It's not actually formatted. It is a plain string. So I want to write a multi lines of string. Okay, multi-line string. This is actually not a string interpolation, but I'm still showing you a multi-line string. Multi-line string equal to here you'll use the three quotes. Hello, old, welcome to Scala string. Look at here. It is a multi-line string. So what is a string? So in the Scala, if you guys remember in our explanation of the data types, string is not a special type of Scala. String is not Scala's own data type. String is came from direct from Java. Since your Scala works on top of the JVM, it is directly making use of your Scala classes, Java classes inside the Scala. If you guys remember in initial days of Scala introduction, I clearly said that you can directly make use of your Java classes into Scala, right? This is one of the best example. Strings are not actually coming from Scala's own libraries. The string is the type, or I can say reference type from Java, which is comes java.lang package, which comes from java.lang package, right? What is a string in Java? Who are not from the Java background, who attended the Java classes? What is the string? Deepika, what is the string? What is the string, guys? No one. Bharat, Nagesh, Praveen. Oh, you guys can unmute and talk. Rakesh, Saraswati, Sudhir. What is the string? What is the string?
Vira is a collection of character or sequence of character which is in Java.
Okay. Okay.
Like we use as an object.
It's a muted.
Mini language like it's
It's a muted.
sorry.
What is that?
No, no, I'm not telling muted. I'm telling like it's a sequence of a character. It's a,
Okay.
or like a collection.
String is a
It's
sequence
used
of
as an
characters.
object.
Okay. Then what else? That's it.
Or it's a data type. Like similar like it's integer character. Similar it's a data type
Okay.
which contains which holds uh, a sequence of character combination of character.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. But what is the specialty of the strings? What is the specialty of the strings? It's an object. I understand. Someone said it's object. Okay. What is the specialty of the string? They are immutable. What is the immutability? What is the immutability?
Immutable that means we can't assign another value on the same string when we assign like earlier already we assigned some value, so again we try to reassign, so we can't reassign. It's called immutable.
Reassign. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? String in Java, strings are immutable objects. When you say it's immutable object, you cannot, once you create that object, you cannot modify that object. You cannot modify that object. If you try to modify that object, instead of it is modifying existing object, it will recreate a new object. It will recreate a new object. The same concept, the same features, even in Scala also. Even in Scala also. The same concept and the same rules in Scala also. Okay. So now try to look at what is a string interpolation and why we are calling it a string interpolation. So as I said, it's a formatting of the string. So not only formatting of the string, it will also, it's also when you're passing of literals, I can say when you're passing a variables to the string, it should consider as a variable. Let's say here, string, uh, let's say val age equal to 32. Okay. Val name equal to Vera. Should be in single quote, in double quote. Okay. Now, when I say val str equal to in double quotes, if I say hi name space hi Vera and his age is this much, and let's say when I say age, now here the parameters, the name is not a string here, the name is a variable, and age is also in a variable, right? So it should convert to me as a variables, but it's a wrong way of defining it, right? So since I written in the double quote, it takes as a string. It's wrong way of defining. So if I want to achieve the same thing, what I need to do? Hi, I need to make use of the plus here. I need to again make use of the plus here. I should start. I should close it here. I could have do this. Close this. I could have do like this. Correct? Now it's printing. So actually what we are doing here, we're passing the variables and we are breaking the string actually. We are breaking the string, right? We are breaking the string and we're trying to do that. I'm breaking the string. I'm trying to print the variables. This is one use case. Let me take another use case. Okay, let me take another use case. I have a val A which is 10. I have a val B which is 20. Okay, now I want to do a sum. Now I want to do a sum. Val sum of A plus B. What is the result? What is the result here? Look at here. It is considered A plus B as it's also considered as a string, which since before A plus B you have a sum of is a string. If you do any expression along with a string by using a plus operator, it will treat it as a concatenation. It will treat it as a concatenation. It's really not do an expression. So for that, let's try this. Let's try this. Right? So similar way we have in Scala, we have some different way of writing these things. That's called string interpolation. So how we will do that? So to do that, we have a set of rules and regulations. The rules are like the string has to start with the yes, and it has to start with the f, either string s or f, and it has to start with the ra. There is something called ra. Okay, so let's see that simple example here. I'm going to show the same example with a s. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Done. So now here I'm going to say val x equal to, let's take a name and age only. It's already there. Name and age is already there. Now I want to say hi and I want to print his name and age. But when I say in a string interpolation way, I will str interpolation. I can say str equal to, start with the s, as I said. Start with the s and hi in the single double quote only. I mean say I'm not going to split the double quotes. Okay, it's not. I'm not going to write earlier the way which I have written earlier. I'm going to write in the same way. Okay, which I'm going to write in the same way by using a dollar for the variable. By using a dollar for the variable name, hi Ravi or hi Veera, and you can say his age is, and you can say dollar ag. You can say dollar ag. Look at here. It's a converted. It's a converted in the. I didn't actually split it. Okay. If you see the difference, this. If you see the difference with this, with the previous statement which I have written here, see the difference between these two. Here I have split it. I have written multiple strings. I have concatenated them. But here I have written a single string. I have written a single string, but which is started with a s, which is started with an s, right? Look at here, hi, and it just whatever the name I have used, it is printed that name. It's replaced the value with a variable, the value with a variable where I have written with a where I have written with a dollar. The variables, if I want to do any, if I want to print any variables along with a string, I can start with a yes. There is something called f as well. Like let's say I'll wind up with this. So we'll discuss later rest of the part. So if I want to start, let's say if I want to do some after digit 2 digits, I want to print person 2d. We might have done in the string printf statements. We might have done in the printf statement even in Java or in a C++. A C, not C++, in C. If you say %2fd, what it does it mean? two digits in the floating value, 100.00 or 100.10, right? So that can be printed by using f, which is start with the f. The string will start with the f. Or suppose I want to do some here two calculations. I have a and b, right? Let's say str2 start with the s, start with the s. I want to concatenate the sum of a comma b. We can say dollar. So a, let me show you a negative scenario, plus a dollar b. Let's look at what's happening here. It's printed like a plus b. It's not given the expression. It's not given you expression. So when you want to do an expression, what do you have to do? You have to keep it in curly braces, right? So let me rewrite this. Sum of a comma b is. Now look at here. When if you want to do any expression, you have if you want to do any expressions in the string interpolation, you have to use dollar with the curly braces. Dollar with the curly braces. Okay. Let me print this as well. Let me copy paste this as well. Okay, suppose if you want to print person after digit, two digits, one digit, or three digits, if you have any decimal points, so we can use the we can start with the f. We can start with the f. We can do with the f. Not only this, we can also make use of your string interpolations with the any objects. Let's say I have created an object called employee. I want to call that object with the employee dot name. I can call that, but since I do not have here, I'll just show you how it can be called. Let's say I have created call emp dot age. I want to call. I can call like this. emp.age. Emp is an object of a class employee. Emp is an object of class of employee. So I can say emp.age. I can call like that. Okay. So the way of writing with the f and ra we will see next class in the tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be starting with the oops, Scala oops. Please don't miss any class from tomorrow. So tomorrow onwards it will be little important classes. So we'll be seeing them. Okay. Any doubts till here? Any doubts still here? And plan next week, this weekend we will be having a classes, guys. Plan accordingly. This Saturday, Sunday, we'll be having classes. We'll try to complete the most of the Scala this weekend. Okay. So I'm planning from Monday.
Dheeraj, this Scala will take how many classes?
Uh, we'll be stopping with exceptions. Like we will be calling. We'll be covering like collections and exceptions. That's it. And class,
So
base class.
by this weekend we'll
Yes.
finish.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
By this weekend, by this Sunday, we'll be planning to complete. From Monday onwards, we'll be planning to start Spark.
Spark.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the target. Okay, that's it, guys.
And Spark will take how much session?
That will take
Spark.
that 30 to 35 days classes. But since we are covering
Oh,
most of the
okay.
transformations here only, so when it comes to the Spark, you really don't feel that much difficult. And
Okay.
Spark is really very simple component like a MapReduce. So people will make actually people are let me stop recording it.